Alright, this video is for my Algebra 1 students for their test review covering writing linear equations. So this first problem says find the slope through each pair of points. So we always label these x1, y1, x2, y2, and then we just plug them in the slope formula. So it would be y2, 1, minus y1, 8, over x2, negative 12, minus x1, 6. So 1 minus 8, negative 7, over negative 12 minus 6 would be negative 18. The two negatives cancel, so it would be positive 7 over 18. So answer choice D on that one. Again, this is the test review that you should have. Problem 2, same thing. x1, y1, x2, y2. Always label these points. Slope formula again, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So in this problem it would be 7 minus 16 over 15 minus 2. So 7 minus 16, negative 9, over 15 minus 2, 13. So negative 9 over 13 would be choice C. Alright, next question, question 3 on your review. And again, for my students, you would need to go through the video, scroll through, find the questions that you're having trouble with, and you can use this video to study. That's the correct way to do it. So look at the questions. Any questions you're having trouble with, go to the video, watch the steps, follow along with me, and make sure that you're ready for the test. Alright, so it says find the value of x or y so that the line through the points has the given slope. Okay, so this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2, and this, of course, is m. So it's still the slope formula, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It's just we're missing one of the coordinates. We're actually missing this coordinate right here. So we plug in what we know. We know the m, the slope, is negative 5 over 7. We know that y2 is 8. We know that y1 is negative 2, so subtracting a negative 2 would flip to an addition. x2 is x. And x1 is 6, so we subtract 6 from that. So we can simplify this a little bit. Negative 5 over 7 will stay the same, but this part will simplify to 10. 8 plus 2 is 10 over the quantity x minus 6. Then we need to cross multiply, so we'll do negative 5 times that x minus 6 gives us negative 5 times the quantity x minus 6. Set that equal to the other cross multiply, so 7 times 10. That would be 70. Notice I took the negative here, this negative in the negative 5/7, this negative with the 5, with the top number. I just took it once, took the negative once, not twice. Okay, distribute. Negative 5x plus 30 equals 70. I'm going to scroll down a little bit here. So we're solving for x here, subtract 30. So negative 5x equals 40. Divide by negative 5. And finally, we get the missing x coordinate is equal to 40 divided by negative 5 is negative 8. So the answer is negative 8. That would be choice D on the test review. Question 4 on the review, write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line through the given point with the given slope. So they give me point, they give me slope, so we're going to write it in point slope. Y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1. This is the appropriate form because I have the slope and I have the point. And the name tells you what you need to write it. So this was point slope. So we'll write it in that form first, and then we'll get it in the form they want it in, which is slope-intercept y equals mx plus b. That's the way they want it. They want y by itself. So fill in what we know here. We know that y1 is 3, so y subtract 3. Remember, between your ordered pair and your linear equation, signs are opposite with this form. Equals our slope was given as negative 8/5 times the quantity x plus 5. Again, between ordered pair and linear equation of point slope form, your signs are opposite. So distribute that negative 8/5 in, and we would get negative 8/5 x. That's that. And then this would be, the 5's will cancel, so minus 8 there, subtract 8. So to get it in slope-intercept, it's just y by itself, so we just add this 3 to both sides, and we finally have y equals negative 8/5 x. Negative 8 plus 3 would be subtract 5. So y equals negative 8/5 x minus 5. That is in slope-intercept form. Now for problem 5, write the standard form of the equation of the line through the given point with the given slope. So again, they're giving me point and slope, so we're going to write it in point slope first. So that would be y plus 5 equals slope negative 2 times the quantity x subtract 2. So that 2 goes there, opposite sign. This negative 5 goes here, opposite sign. And the slope of negative 2 goes here. So standard form means x and y on the same side, but when we're working with point slope form first, we always have to distribute to see what we're working with. So y plus 5 equals negative 2x plus 4 after you distribute. So x and y on the same side, I need my number, my constant on the other side. So y equals negative 2x. 4 minus 5 is minus 1, so almost done. Last thing, add the 2x to both sides so that our x and y are on the same side for proper standard form. So 2x plus y equals negative 1. So that would be choice C on the review. Okay, now for problem 6. Through negative 2, 4, slope negative 7/2. We'll start with point slope because we have point, we have slope, so that's the appropriate form to start with. So that would be y subtract 4 equals slope negative 7/2 times the quantity x plus 2. Distribute the negative 7/2 in, so y subtract 4 equals negative 7/2x. And negative 7/2 times positive 2, the 2's cancel, so I would be left with a minus 7 there. We want x and y on the same side, numbers on the right, so add 4, so y equals negative 7/2x. Negative 7 plus 4 would be negative 3. Scroll down a little here. So now we need this x term on the other side. Our shortcut at this point is we just take it to the left side and change its sign, so it's now positive. 7/2 x plus y equals negative 3. Proper standard form says we can't have any fractions. We can get rid of a fraction by multiplying by the denominator. In this case, the denominator is 2. So all three terms in this equation must be multiplied by 2. So the 2's cancel here. That's why I multiply by 2. That gives me 7x. 2 times y plus 2y. 2 times negative 3, negative 6. So 7x plus 2y equals negative 6 is proper standard form, and that would be choice D on your review. Now for problems 7 and 8. 7 and 8, write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line through the given points. Slope-intercept, y equals mx plus b. That's the form, y by itself. So I'm given point, actually here I'm given 2 points, so I need to find the slope first. So I use the slope formula, so we'll label these x1, y1, x2, y2. Plug those in the slope formula. Negative 1, subtracting a negative 5 here would be an add 5. Okay, you subtract a negative, you always flip it to an add. And x2, 5 minus x1, 3. So negative 1 plus 5, 4 over 5 minus 3, 2. So my slope is 2. Okay, if my slope is 2, I can take either point here. I'll choose this one and write it in point slope. So that would be y plus 5, always opposite signs here, equals slope 2 times the quantity x subtract 3. Opposite signs always with point slope. Y equals mx plus b, just y by itself. So always with point slope, when I'm turning it into a different form, I always have to distribute so I can see what I'm working with. Y plus 5 equals 2x minus 6. Now just subtract the 5 so that y is by itself. And finally, answer is y equals 2x. Negative 6 minus 5 would be negative 11. So y equals 2x minus 11. Now problem 8, we're going to approach it the same way. First we need the slope. So the slope would be equal to, let's label these x1, y1, x2, y2, 0, subtract 4 over negative 4, subtract 1. So 0 minus 4, negative 4 minus 1 is negative 5. Those two negatives cancel, flips to a positive 4/5. So I will choose this point. You could choose either point. I'm choosing this point here to write it in point slope. So that would be y subtract 4 equals my slope is 4/5. I found that in the previous step, times the quantity x subtract 1. For slope-intercept, which is what they want this form to be, I need to distribute and then get y by itself. So y subtract 4 equals 4/5 x minus 4/5. Now to get y by itself, I just add the 4. So that would be y equals 4/5 x. And negative 4/5 plus 4. 4 we could rewrite as the same thing as 20 over 4. 20 over 5. 20 over 5 is the same thing as 4 because 20 divided by 5 is 4. So now I have a common denominator. Negative 4/5 plus 20/5 would be plus 16/5. So that would be the answer in slope-intercept form.